Hello, welcome back to another episode of Fallout. Last episode,
Don't touch the paint.
it's on.
Don't worry. Happy to help out.
You see this paint I'm using?
Mhm.
Hardwood.
Only,
Fine. Pay ya.
I think you can do better than that.
Having a hard bargain, huh?
Actually, I already have some paint right.
Alright, some quick caps. Don't have a high enough charisma to do the red stuff. But last episode, we found Nick Valentine,
Now, what
searched
can I do for you, sweetheart?
Hey there, lady.
searched Kellogg's house, and they're actually probably still waiting up there, so I'll just go over.
Not supposed to talk to people I don't know.
And this episode, we're gonna head over and find Kellogg. Which is gonna be fun, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of story problems coming up, so we'll have plenty to talk about.
Nick,
Dogmeat's here. Ready to get to work?
Sure.
this
That's right. Commonwealth mutt like him can track a man's scent for miles. Show him the cigar. He'll pick up the trail. Before you head out, I know this is personal business.
You're coming with
All
me.
right. Well, let's get that bastard. This is your show from here on out, okay?
Dogmeat. Get the scent, boy. Take me to it.
So, one of the gameplay problems with Fallout 4 is you have to do all these missions in order to progress through the game. I know that sounds kind of weird, like, isn't that how a video game's supposed to work? But, again, try to consider Fallout New Vegas. If you're starting out for the first time, you're probably gonna do all the missions. You're gonna do the tutorial, you're gonna follow the path people tell you to go to. You're probably gonna do everything, every step the developers have set up for you on your search for Benny. But, if you're returning to New Vegas, you can actually skip all of that, go straight to New Vegas, and confront Benny there. Or you can go to the NCR embassy and start down your path down the NCR ending, which actually skips having to confront Benny. So even that's a choice. And I just think that's a bit more enticing because one of the big elements of Fallout is supposed to be player choice, and being able to skip what's essentially a very linear path before it starts to diverge, I think is one thing that should be available to the player. And of course they would miss out on some stuff. They'd miss out on towns and quests and opportunities, but still their prerogative.
Kellogg must have stopped here. Search around. see
San
if we can
Francisco
pick up the trail.
Sunlights. Kellogg's
Telling ya,
preferred brand,
that nose
alright.
is second to none.
What do you think, boy? Enough to go on? I'll need your nose to track Kellogg, boy.
Meanwhile, in Fallout 4, you can skip some stuff. Like, you don't have to talk to the Minutemen, I don't think. But you still need to pick up Nick Valentine and then head over with him to Kellogg and... Well, I guess there are... In speedrunning, I think there's a skip. But of course that's a speed run. That's not this bitch really missed like 3 times. Hey, you guys handle it. Oh, go away. You too. There's 2 other entities here, mate. And I'm losing my train of thought. You have to have Nick with you in order to confront Kellogg. And then you confront Kellogg and you have to kill him. I'll get into that later, believe me. And then afterwards, you have to go to Good Neighbor and go through Kellogg's memories. And I don't think the equivalent in New Vegas is you've confronted Benny, met Yes Man, and possibly have met Mr. House as well. And you know, almost as a given would have
Looks like another one of Kellogg's
Bloody bandages. Dogmeat can track this.
met the
Oh, it's still
NCR
out
and
there.
Kaiser's Legion.
We've got to track him, boy. Okay, boy. Let's track him.
So you've met all the factions, the major ones, and you can decide which one to side with. That doesn't occur in Fallout 4 until you get inside the Institute, which would still require you, in order to do that, to let's see, then travel through the glowing sea and meet Virgil, then gain some affinity with either the Minutemen, the Brotherhood of Steel, or the Railroad, in order for them to help you build a teleporter. And then, after you build the teleporter and get into the Institute, that's when the story would sort of truly branch off. You know, it's just a laundry list of things you have to do before you can get to that point, whereas in New Vegas, it was a lot simpler. Ow. Yeah, you forgot these guys hit pretty hard. I think I shot my dog more than I shot the damn bear. Wow, you know, just try punching the bear, dude. That's brilliant. There you go. I mean, I guess technically in Fallout 4 you can find the bunker Kellogg is in without Dogmeat. So this, you know, trailing section isn't required.
Right. Dogmeat's found something. You know the drill.
Gauntlet stout. One of his creature comforts.
Yeah, it's kind of convenient that no one else
We
is
think we're
relaxing
not
out in
going.
the wasteland, having a beer and smoking. Also, if you're trying to find Kellogg, aren't you just giving Dogmeat the exact same scents? Like, the cigars you had at Diamond City would have his scent no differently than the alcohol. Wouldn't that be a case? Ow. Go away. One of the problems with this segment is that it's a long road on the outside, so if you die, you're sent back, all the way to the fence there. So I will do a quick save, because I know that, or I think I remember that supermutants are gonna be up here.
Tracking known mercenary. Exercise extreme caution. Alert. Critical signs. Alert. Critical signs.
What have we here?
Error. System corrupt. I can't feel my legs.
Another one of his stogies.
Evidently it's a place he can't even discover. But we're here. That's all that really matters.
Is this the place? Huh? Is he in here, boy?
I knew Dogmeat would sniff our man out. Let's you and I take it from here. Give our four-legged friend a break.
Alright, but where's he even supposed to go, though? Because we led him all the way out here. Oh. Ow. Stop that. Oh, I'm still getting hurt. There's one. There we go. Oh, come on. One of them has a mini nuke. Alright, I was supposed to enter from up here. Do I know? No. Am I even gonna ask? Also no. There we go. Where's Nick Valentine?
What's that?
Ooh. I'm dead. Or
Kellogg's secure facility infiltrated. Termination required. Movement detected. Curious.
oh.
Active sensors.
Well, how the fuck did you get in here?
My scanners must be malfunctioning.
Oh, and see, that is exactly what would have
That
happened
terminal?
realistically when my character first meets Nick.
Nice.
Powering up. Protectron on duty.
Alright, maybe they'll, do something for me.
Protect and serve.
Go kill the other robots.
Is someone present? Hostile target identified.
You must be terminated.
Someone's coming.
Attention, citizens. You may now resume your normal activities.
Why are you hiding? Appears to be nothing. Perhaps my sensors need calibration.
I think they're gonna have to pause it.
Yes.
What's that?
Ever or whatever you are, I know you are out there.
Got it.
Raider armor inside a pre-war suitcase. And something tells me it wasn't put there by a raider. Let's see how he handles the turrets.
Excellent.
What the? I brought you in this world, I can take you out. Or not.
Warning.
Just randomly decides to be an enemy, huh?
Protection system must be able to switch.
That was inconvenient. Here, let me, put the grenades.
Thought we were getting along. You playing hide and seek? Hey. Even break a sweat. Not that it's an option.
Laser tripwire. I actually noticed something on the ground.
Now, if it isn't my old friend, the frozen TV dinner. Last time we met, you were cozying up to the peas and apple cobbler.
Oh.
We got nothing.
Wow. That, wasn't where I wanted it to go, but I guess it worked anyways.
Sorry, your house has been a wreck for 200 years. But I don't need a roommate. Leave.
Alright, so let me tell you about confronting Benny once you find him. Fallout New Vegas offers you multiple ways to handle it, including not even handling it at all. If you go to the NCR embassy in New Vegas and talk to the Admiral or someone there, you can actually completely skip having to get the platinum chip and by virtue confronting Benny. But if you are so obliged,
Never expected you to come knocking on my door. Gave you 50-50 odds of making it to Diamond City. After that, figured the Commonwealth would chew you up like jerky.
if you're so obliged, you go into the Tops Casino and the chairman there says, "Hold on, buddy, you gotta give me all your guns." If you have a high enough sneak skill, you can sneak in a gun
What's that?
and shoot Benny with it, or you can convince him to just say, "Hey, you know, Benny's actually a real jerk and I want to shoot him in the face," and he's like, "Alright, you can keep your guns."
I don't think we're alone.
And, then you can kill Benny then. But if you can't do that, you can talk to Benny and he'll lead you over. He'll invite you to go into a room where he'll sick his goons at you. So, not meet Benny, sneak in a gun in order to shoot Benny, convince a chairman to let you have your guns. If you're a female courier with a Black Widow perk, you can sleep with Benny, in which case you can either kill him in your sleep or let him go free but have the platinum chip. Actually, I'm not even sure if you keep the platinum chip if you do that. But alright, then Benny leaves and he heads over to Cottonwood Cove, where the Legion is situated, and he's tied up in Kaiser's tent. And over there, you can kill him. He'll probably piss off the Legionnaires if you bring in a weapon. But if you wanna, if you think you can handle it. Or if you have decent affinity with the Legion and you're a mail courier, you can fight Benny to the death in an arena. Or you can have him crucified. Or you can untie him and let him try to run away, in which case he'll be killed near instantly and the Legion will attack you too. Or you can untie him and give him a stealth boy, in which case he will be able to find his freedom, or presumably should be able to. And you'll probably still piss off the Legion though. That's like over 10 different ways to handle this one character. The character that
Look,
is at the...
You're pissed off, I get it, I do. But whatever you hope to accomplish in here, it's not gonna go your way.
the character that's at the end, the edge of the crossroads.
This is beyond me.
Before you have to start making big choices. It is exceptionally well done in that regard. You know, there's peaceful options and there's pugnacious options. It's all about what style you want to play as.
Contact detected. Possibly.
Someone's coming.
So 10 different ways to handle Benny, or more than 10 different ways. There's probably ways to handle him that I completely forgot, or missed, or never even encountered in any of my playthroughs. But you get the point. You have a lot of options, which is exactly the sort of thing that should be in a Fallout game. You know, all things considered, he's still a human being. Why would you throw away perfectly good ammunition like that? There's starving kids in Africa who would love that ammunition. The absolute waste.
You got guts and determination. It's admirable. You are in over your head in ways you can't possibly comprehend.
Stay away, huh?
So how can you handle Kellogg, given all the different options for dealing with Benny?
Never expected you to come knocking on my door.
Well, you have one option and one option only. Shoot him in the face until he stops moving. That's it. That's the sum total of what you can do with Kellogg in Fallout 4. You can't side with him. You can't get him to admit that my kid is... Sean is a new leader of the Institute. I mean, that might actually solve some problems. Of course, a character isn't gonna be smart and just outright state that. Kellogg has literally zero fucking reason not to explain this to me. And yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure that my character realistically wouldn't believe him.
Look,
But
you're pissed off, I get it, I do. But whatever you hope to accomplish in here, it's not gonna go your way.
But it's not like he's really doing anything right now. He's just saying, oh, whatever you hope to accomplish here isn't gonna go your way. I mean, I don't think that's gonna stop a parent from trying to find their child. Or at least I hope it won't stop a parent from trying to find their child.
Don't start what you can't finish.
Alright, Nick, please be useful. And that just...
I thought we were getting along.
That just sums up this game so perfectly. All those choices for handling Benny, and then the absolute lack of choice when handling Kellogg. Both characters play basically the exact same role. They're the holders of the McGuffin that drives the story forward. Benny with a platinum chip and Kellogg with your son. And yet Bethesda just couldn't be asked
What's that?
to figure out a way to have multiple different means of handling Kellogg. That's just too much to ask for. ML is not prepared to write something of such complexity in what's supposed to be an open-ended RPG. Now, I would like for there to be a good Fallout game again, but until Bethesda fires their lead writer, or gives him the boot when it comes to, you know, being the lead writer, have him work on maybe a quest or two, and find someone else, that's just not gonna happen. And it's a damn shame.
I don't think we're alone.
Said that twice. I do not want to do all this again, so I shall utilize my Coca-Cola Quantum. There we go.
You got guts and determination. It's admirable. You are in over your head in ways you can't possibly comprehend.
Do VATS check
It's
for
not too
mines.
late. Stop. Turn around and leave. You have that option. Not a lot of people can say that.
Sweet.
Good, now I won't have to put up with that crap again.
Hell yeah.
Permanently more difficult to detect while sneaking. How lovely.
That's it.
I will just make a save.
Got it. Sweet.
Have another fat man there. But I already have one. Automatic laser pistol might be nice though. Alright, save here. Any...
Guard up. You might try to ambush us.
Okay. You made it. I'm just up ahead. My synths are standing down. Let's talk.
I have no conceivable way of opening that door, so if he so choosed, he could just... Why is he even holed up in here? The Institute can literally teleport people. He should have a pretty easy getaway. I was gonna say he can hole up in there and wait for my character just leave or starve. Alright, fuck off. It's not even worth talking to him because there's nothing you can do but kill him. Alright, I'm leaving that to Nick Valentine. Yeah, companions aren't very useful in the game. So there we go, there's our epic confrontation with Kellogg. You know, super interesting, and you get your terminal password, and for whatever reason your character decides to dig around inside his head. I mean, what if you just completely destroy the head during the confrontation? How does your character know to grab this cybernetic brain augmenter?
All this tech. You were barely human.
Yeah. And, alright, so it says here, Sean was successfully delivered back to the Institute, and later on, during the Institute quest line, you meet Sean on top of the CIT ruins, and he says it's the first time he's been outside of the Institute. So this would have to be Kellogg, when he first delivered Sean into the Institute. Sean is now an old man, so this must be many, many years old. But why would it be the only access log on this terminal? Is this Kellogg's personal hideout? His, little base of operations? Did he do literally nothing at all else for the Institute that was worth writing down? Or did he write it down just that once, and then for whatever reason decided to come back here after not being here for literal decades?
Hey, Valentine.
So, the Institute was the puppet master all along. Damn. Even I don't know where they are. They built me.
Oh, there has to be a way.
There has to be.
We're in the weeds here. Time to take a step back. Bring in some fresh eyes. Only person I know willing to snoop up the Institute's tail feathers is Piper, the reporter in Diamond City. I say we head her way. Talk this through.
Sure.
Hey, chin up. I know the night just got darker, but it won't last forever.
Going up.
I don't think that's how that's supposed to work, but I'm not an expert. This is essentially a glorified loading screen, though. In a metal box with Nick Valentine. At least pull out Kellogg's pistol. Maybe that's pretty good. Oh, hardly any shots. Brilliant.
Roof access.
And there's a Brotherhood of Steel because, well, they've got to be in the game.
People of the Commonwealth, do not interfere. Our intentions are peaceful.
It'd be hilarious if there's like somebody up there you can actually shoot. I don't think there's any NPCs up there though. Oh. Every other time I played this game, this cinematic happened at night. So it's kind of fun seeing it during the daytime, I guess. I'll talk to Piper and then I think we'll end the episode there. Wasn't too much to talk about this episode, except for the massive discrepancy in quality between two games in the Fallout franchise.
You can't stop the press.
Well, well. Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy? So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story?
We need help. This man named Kellogg kidnapped my baby, but that wasn't all. He was working with the Institute. He gave them Sean.
Wait, the Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there, but to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
Exactly. But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Sean.
Kellogg. Huh.
You assholes really didn't, like, figure this out before you killed him? Hey, I wonder, if there's anyone who can explain to us about this whole Institute thing. How's about the fucking guy who kidnapped my kid and gave him to the Institute? The one in the building surrounded by robots.
But we both know that angle isn't going to work.
Because
So, murderer and kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
He probably could have talked.
So,
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know, we may not need the man at all.
you're talking crazy here, Nick. Got a fault in the old subroutines?
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it'll be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
I hope you're right.
I hope you're...
Let's see. I guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter to bring to Amari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We've got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets we need to know.
Well, you know, I'm a complete fucking psychopath who likes to dig in people's, you know, brains after I murder them, and I just happened to fish out this incredibly useful piece of technology that I somehow knew about. Fuck it. Just
Cybernetics, huh? We may have just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so... who's coming with that?
I have to go to the Memory Den either way, if I'm going to introduce you to Amari. If you want to head there together, just say so.
I'll just stick with Nick Valentine.
It's you.
Let's get going. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back. Just a few more steps.
While you two are out, I'm gonna do some more research. I'll be here if you need me. And by the way, at some point, you owe me an interview. I want to hear how this whole story got started.
I'll do you a damn thing, Piper. Doesn't really make sense for caps to be randomly scattered about in drawers and stuff in New World locations, considering that it's still their primary form of currency.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to lighten the load, or, you know, if you need anything.
Like, it would be in likely into some vault, some locked drawer, or in at least a single area. It makes sense in the old world, because nobody would think they'd be currency. And since I have already discovered it, I can just fast travel right over to Good Neighbor and not have to go through the entire journey. And I think New Vegas even makes the same sort of mistake of having caps in multiple different locations in newer areas. This asshole really just standing here the entire time.
Hello, little pawn. Welcome to a funny world.
Alright, so the Memory Den.
Stay out of Good Neighbor. All I'm saying.
So, I'm genuinely not sure. Did the Memory Den exist in the old world? Or is this completely New World technology? Because it kind of sounds like, you know, Nick made it out to seem like this Dr. Amari character is a resident neurological expert who set all this up.
That sure doesn't look...
Well, Mr. Valentine, I thought you had forgotten about the
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs. You big flirt.
Alright, I'll loot this place later. But if it is an old world area, that would make a little bit more sense. Though it would be a bit odd that this is the only institution of its kind.
Yes, I take it this isn't a social call.
Need your help. Need memories from a man named Kellogg, but he's dead.
We need your help, Doctor.
I know it's asking for a miracle, Amari, but you've pulled off the impossible before.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you don't realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Please.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Yeah, here it is.
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait. That's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Alright.
Go on.
Mr. Valentine is an older generation synth. But Institute technology being what it is, the brain implant could fit him. But that's an incredible risk to take. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. I'm well past the warranty date anyway.
Alright, time out. So the Institute invented this neural interface that goes on a human brain. What does it do specifically? We don't know, but
I can relate.
Nice.
It does seem to have something to do with memories. Maybe it stores them. So why would that work on a robot brain, especially one like Nick Valentine that underneath his skin does not have the intricacies that are... Shut the fuck up. That are designed to mimic the human body. You know, newer generation synths are designed to be indistinguishable from human beings from the outside, but also largely from the inside. So I'm not sure how exactly you can just hook that up to whatever form his brain takes, which might not even be remotely like the human brain, and then get to work. And then even more than that, these pods here, why would they be able to communicate with Nick Valentine's brains? Granted, I do not know how this spectacular sci-fi technology works, but everything we've seen so far seems to indicate that they work with people. They can only work with people, and they can only work with quote-unquote living brains. So, you know, it's just an ass pull after ass pull with this game.
I'll take a look at this brain, but no guarantees. Do you have it?
Alright, guess it's... Really?
Here's what I...
What's this?
Those...
Go on, Doctor.
Mr. Valentine. But that...
Hey, I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we've found your son. All right, let's do this.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine, just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
Alright, so what do we do?
Let me think. The encryption is too strong for a single mind. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
How the fuck is that supposed to get past an encryption?
Alright, just sit down over there, and keep your fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
Alright, so this sequence is actually the bane of Fallout 4 speedrunners. Bethesda is fucking awful at making stable games, and yet somehow this glorified auto-scrolling segment is unskippable. There's no way to get past this, and they have to do this in order to unlock other...
They might not be stable. Just hold on.
And they might not be able... Shut the fuck up, Amari. And they're not able to access any other part of the game if they don't go through this at some point. And they have tried over and over and over, you know, all these different methods of getting past here. You two... Dr. Mari, please shut the fuck up. I'm talking about speedrunning.
Some clue to the Institute's location. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Let's see, a YouTuber by the name of Tomato Anus, yes, that's his actual online handle, has a video called Speed Cucked, yes, that's the actual title of it, about the memory den and all the attempts that they've made to bypass it.
Let's keep looking.
And how it's always ended in failure. And he has a $250 bounty for anyone looking for some fast cash, I say, in reference to a speedrunner. If you can find a skip for the memory den that is viable in the any % run of Fallout 4 with a... So, you know, can't use a mod or console commands or anything like that, and is faster than just going through the memory den.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg?
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
I'm skipping through these, but there is one memory I'm going to talk about.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one. Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you're getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Alright, it's one.
Suspended.
Vault computers are still working. That's good. Checking through the logs.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving her alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if she somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If she could take me out, they won't be able to hide from her for long.
Intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
It's all just find it. Pod C6, down the hall near the end.
So yeah, this is the opening cutscene again, and you can also view this if you go in the memory den yourselves and sit around, so you get to watch this thrice in the game. I guess ML was just particularly pleased with his writing here.
Almost. Everything's gonna be fine.
Come Come here, baby.
No. I got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean.
I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. But it was better this way. Better than taking his kid and leaving him alive. God damn. Big heads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me. And I made sure they knew it. I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. I didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really. Get the kid out of here. Big heads never liked taking orders from a dirty even then, I knew it was a mistake.
There's one thing.
I understood that kind of revenge. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid.
Alright, I'm just gonna
I'm
move
not
on.
saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. But it was better this way. Better than taking his kid and leaving him alive.
Alright, there's one memory or recalling or recollection in this scene where he refers to the guy who sent him, the leader of the Institute, as the old man.
What's the holdup? I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
And this is a term that he refers to Sean, because Sean is an older individual, but it's also one he refers... Oh, for fuck's sake. It's also one he uses for the leader of the Institute at that time. So it's another attempt at sort of hiding the twist. Oh, the old man is a entity that was around when Sean was kidnapped, and isn't Sean himself. Pretty much butchered that explanation.
This appears to be a very recent memory, so good news, I think.
Oh, and if he's aware that my character is here, is, you know, learning about this stuff, then wouldn't some part of him be able to just tell them, oh, by the way, we use teleportation?
One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue.
Like, the narration seems to imply that Kellogg is aware that he's dead, and that the
Here's his file.
Vault Dweller here, your player character, has killed him.
Who's gonna roll for this? Capture and return, or just eliminate?
And again, if he's aware of that, why not just explain how to get into the Institute?
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family.
Alright, so this is another misdirection.
A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently.
Because your character was
There's no going
resealed
back.
in the
I
cryotubes.
knew it was just temporary.
And so they show Sean as like, you know, a
business
10-year-old boy
long.
there in order to explain, alright, that's how long it's been. But Sean actually states again that he's never been outside of the Institute. So this would either have to be the robot doppelganger that the Institute built for whatever reason, or there's a clear contradiction in the narrative.
Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
And we can see teleportation works indoors, so why did the Institute not just teleport Kellogg away, or why did they not just teleport me into there as soon as I woke up? Oh. And get me to safety.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
I'm fine.
That's good. But I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
They use teleportation to get in and out.
We got what we...
Yes, their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
The scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down Virgil. We need to find him, even though he's a biologist, and probably doesn't know too much about teleportation.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate. If you're going to go, be prepared. You'll need some way to combat the radiation there. It's called the glowing sea for a reason.
I'll find a way to get through the rats.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
And we'll actually want to talk to Nick Valentine because he reveals another plot hole.
Nick.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
This is literally never brought up again at all, ever.
What? What are you talking about? Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going.
We have to head into the glowing sea. Any advice?
We have to head...
I'm a synth, so radiation isn't much of an issue for me, but an old suit of power armor might just be the guardian angel you're looking for. That, or you could buy up all the Rad-X and Rad-Away you can find from any chem dealer who's got it in stock.
Alright, I'll take him along with me.
Been one heck of a ride so far.
So, if synths are able to survive in the glowing sea, then what's the point of hiding there? What exactly is gonna protect Virgil from the Institute?
We should head back to the office next chance we get.
You know, because the game is making it out that he's in the glowing sea to avoid the Institute, right? But the Institute sends robots in order to do all their dirty work. And the robots can survive in the glowing sea, so what exactly is actually protecting him? Why haven't the Institute just mass sent a bunch of synths over... Aren't you coordinated? A bunch of synths over to the glowing sea and Raffle stomped him out of existence.
Now, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my time.
And we have to go all the way down there. But first, let's head over to Concord and we'll grab that power armor and then we'll call it an episode. So yeah, a lot of problematic writing in this segment, and I wish I can say it gets better, but it does not. I don't understand why they had that bit about Kellogg taking over Nick Valentine's mind, when that's literally brought up once and then never again, like at all, ever. It might have been a plot point they were playing around with early on in the script's development, but then it got cut for one reason or another, and rather than remove that bit from the game, they just left it in. Though that is on top of the whole thing about how strange it is that...
If it was up to me, I'd take every feral, mutie, and synth and shoot them into space.
But
charging into a situation, guns blazing. It's a good way to get yourself killed.
yeah, you guys have no fucking regard for the rules or regulations of the citizenry. So why aren't you immediately shooting at Nick? Anyways, and that's on top of the problem of, like, you know, if I get in this power armor, that would also make you liable to shoot me in the lore. But, you know, it's more of a gameplay thing than anything else, so I guess you can accept it. And that's on top of the issue of even being able to connect that device to Nick's brain, and then being able, in the first place, it's just a series of contrivances and conveniences that make it out as if Fallout was written hastily with a first draft only and nothing more, nothing further. And it probably actually was. I mean, I've noticed a lot of additions to franchises have poor scripts that read like a first draft that no one bothered to try and work with and change.
Accounting for taste.
Star Wars, the new Star Wars movies are a prime example. Those things are an absolute mess. Oh, just trying to get on a tree. So yeah, I think that should do it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I gave you something to think about. Take care.